Welcome in, Chiefs Kingdom, to Cheifs Latest, your one-stop spot for everything Kansas City Chiefs in 15 minutes or less. It is your host, Calvin Silvers. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. This episode, it's going to be a roller coaster, much like what the Chiefs season is so far. We got a lot of good news to get to and a lot of bad news to get to, so we're going to hop into it. But before we do, you guys know the drill. If you haven't already, come on over, join the Chiefs Latest family, hit that subscribe button, and also turn on those notifications because we have daily, that's right, daily videos here at Cheifs Latest, Monday through Friday. You're not going to want to miss any of the news, rumors, or actions regarding this team, so please hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications as it not only helps me and the channel, but it's going to help you stay up to date with everything Kansas City Chiefs. Well, after seeing the Chiefs finally lean into the run game, Matt Nagy, Andy Reid finally handing the ball off, one player, and that player being Isaiah Pacheco, is itching to get back on. He said, I'm seeing what you guys are doing, so let me get out there. The funny thing is, he says he can come back Thursday. That's right. He said he's ready to come back Thursday, but the Chiefs have yet to make a decision regarding his status. We all know that he's been out since October 27th with that win over Washington. He got that MCL sprain. So if he suits up for Thanksgiving, he's going to get a nice 10-day break before the next game, which would be a game against Houston on December 7th. Kareem Hunt, like I just mentioned, carried the mail 30 times for 104 yards and a score to help save our season on Sunday. Dude's a warrior, but we can't keep handing the ball off to him that many times. And, Patrick Mahomes said after the game that the run game opens up the passing game. Andy Reid gets a win finally when leaning into the run game. So this is something I think they're going, hopefully, to carry on with the rest of the season. So obviously we can't have Hunt doing this every single week, not at his age. Before the injury, Pacheco was averaging 4.2 yards a carry. He practiced all 3 days last week, but Reid held on to him because, again, 2 games in 5 days would not be good for a guy coming off of injury. And Beach, he wasn't sleeping either. We've been talking about it. He scooped up Damian Pierce for the practice squad on Monday. That would be poetic if Pierce could debut against his former team, the Texans, here in 2 weeks. But again, this is still Pacheco's target date. Not official yet, but he went full go in Monday's practice. So everything, again, his own words, but everything is pointing for him to be able to return for that Thanksgiving game. Getting Pacheco back will be beneficial to not only the team, but to Hunt's health. If the Chiefs stick with the run game, again, hopefully they do, he could be the spark as he was finding his footing the further the season went on before that injury. But Hunt proved that he can do this. He can be a starting running back right now. But again, not when it's that many carries. So just getting some fresh legs is going to be good. 10 days off after Thursday as well for Pacheco. Pierce now in the fold. The run game, it might be reliable once again. It all comes down to, is Matt Nagy and Andy Reid going to stick with it? We'll see as the season goes on. All right, we're going to stick with the running back talk, but we're going to flip it on over to special teams real quick. We know that Nico Remigio is Mr. Reliable back there, but 7.1 yards per punt return, it's sitting 26th in the league. So is he a safe bet? Yeah, he's a safe bet. Is he explosive? No, not really this season. He was last season, but right now, no. He's Mr. Reliable, as I said. But you're also not giving the offense, with Patrick Mahomes, the best field position to win in crucial situations. Look, I'm fine living with reliable hands and 8-yard returns, as we've seen the alternative before. We've had returners like Sky Moore, Nicole Hardman, who would fumble it away. In fact, Hardman just had a fumble with a return opportunity with Buffalo, not too long ago. So that said, we just added Pierce. We've been talking about it. And the dude averaged 32.8 yards on kick returns in Houston with a 98-yard house call on Christmas Eve a couple years back. I'm pretty sure that was against Cleveland. Remigio can be better taking kicks around the goal line. We know that. He needs to decide when to let him bounce, when to field it. We get that. But again, he has the reliable hands. He has the ability to hold on to the football. When we're up 2 scores late, or if Remigio ever does muff one, Pierce is sitting right there. I think they might throw him in. He might be ready to take some snaps. And then you have Trey Smith, Jalen Royals, they can also spell them in blowouts too. You might want to see what they have. But again, Pierce feels like the contingency plan here. You don't fix what isn't broken. So I'd stick with Remigio. Keep the ball safe and just let Pierce focus on the game plan in the backfield. Don't worry about giving him too many assignments right now. But, of course, again, I talked about it yesterday. With the good news comes the bad news. So we got to turn to some bad news. Trey Smith is in rough shape with high and low. That's right, high and low ankle sprains. Early reports say that he's likely out Thursday. No surprise there, but could miss more time after that. That's where this does not sound good. We all know of his importance, but the first half Sunday, when he was out there, Hunt was rolling 50 yards on 11 carries, 4.5 average, 63.6% success rate. In the second half, after he left, 2.8 yards per carry, and success rate tanked to 36.8%. He tried coming back. That ankle looked like a wrapped Christmas present. It wasn't going to work. They shut him down at halftime. High ankle alone is a tough thing to recover from quickly, but high and low, it's not looking too promising. Hopefully he can get out there sooner than later. But Mike Caliendo, he's going to have to step in again. He's been solid when called on this year. But now he's got in Dallas line coming up that has Kenny Clark, Quinnen Williams, the two threats Dallas has added this season. Since the Williams trade, Dallas has allowed 90 total rushing yards on 30 carries. Just one run over 10 yards, facing three elite interior rushers on a short week without one of the best right guards in the league. It could be a recipe for a long day, although I like to think the Chiefs are going to win this upcoming contest. But sliding Caliendo to right guard and the backup interior becomes Hunter Norzad plus Jalen Moore. Hopefully we don't have to go too deep into our depth there. We finally commit to the run. Finally. Hunt looks great, and then boom. We lose a guy making it all possible. It sucks, but Caliendo, he has to battle. Clark and Williams, they're probably licking their chops. Thursday, it just got kind of scary up front. But again, it's always next man up in this league. You're not going to get through a whole season without some major injuries. Well, let's close with something that isn't total doom. It's got some good news and some bad news, and that's our playoff chances because we got 6 games left in the season. That includes the Cowboys, Texans, Chargers, Titans, Broncos, and the Raiders. Now, we're going to use Athletic Simulator here. Chiefs have a 57% chance to sneak into the playoffs, same as last week. They have 12% to steal the West. That's up from 10%. Basically, 0 shot at the bye and 5% chance to be Super Bowl champions. If the season ended tonight, we're the 10 seed. And as you know, 7 teams make it into the postseason. So we are still on the wrong side of the bubble. Only Buffalo and Pittsburgh from the group ahead of us took L's this week, and Buffalo lost to Houston, who leapfrogged us. Chargers and Broncos, they were just chilling with their bye. Went out, and we're in. And if you drop one to Dallas, Tennessee, or the Raiders, we still miss in only about 1% of simulations. Losing one game to any other AFC team would make Kansas City miss the playoffs in no more than 6% of all scenarios. Dropping games to Tennessee and Dallas would give the Chiefs a little less than 3 and 4 shot at the playoffs, and other sets of 2 losses would put it below 50%. We don't control the division anymore, but go 6-0, and we've still got a 60% shot at the 10th straight crown, which is better than what we were last week. However, that would require the Chargers to drop one outside of our game and Denver to drop 2 outside of theirs. It's not impossible, but it's tough. So we're not dead yet, as there are still paths to the playoffs, still paths to win the AFC West, but we need some things to go our way. When the game's ahead of you, though, and January is still on the table, control what you can control, and that begins on Thanksgiving night. Well, that is all that I have for you guys on this lovely Tuesday. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on, would you rather have Remigio or would you try something different back there? Maybe some more explosion. And just what do you think about the news? Pacheco being back, Trey Smith being out, and our playoff chances. Also, if you haven't already, now's a good time. Go ahead. It's right there. Hit that subscribe button. Come be part of the Cheifs Latest family. We would love to have you. I am your host, Calvin Silvers. You are listening to Cheifs Latest. And until next time, have a good one.